Greetings, this is Matt Faiello, and I'm back with another Intersight Managed Mode Expert Series video. We're still talking about domain profile policies or domain policies, and today's policy is the NTP policy. So with that, let's review a couple slides and then a quick demo. Okay, so we're going to configure this NTP policy, and what is it in the context of UCS? Well, it syncs all your timing of all your network devices. So it's absolutely crucial that you create this policy, you have it properly configured and point it towards your organization's NTP server, hopefully the closest one. And that's going to then sync all the clocks, and it's really necessary to ensure proper management capabilities. Applications rely on timing, processes, not to speak of security, and not least of which your logs. And when you troubleshoot, you're usually looking at more than one log, and you have to be able to match those logs up from a date time perspective. So absolutely something that you need to do. You can also use this policy, of course, to establish the appropriate geographic time zone with appropriate bias then from UTC time. Now, this NTP policy is directly attached to the domain profile, so it's not nested in any way. And as far as the recommendations, just simply configure it properly. Okay, to your organization's nearest NTP server. If you have any doubts about that, then please check with your network administrator. Okay, so one of the verification steps you can perform about your NTP policy configuration is after you deploy it with the domain profile, then secure shell into your Fabric interconnects, connect to NXOS, and then do a show NTP peer-status, and the NTP server will show up there, and if it's got an asterisk beside it, then that indicates a proper time sync. Additionally, as far as verification goes, from the main menu of the FI, you can do a show clock to read out the current date time group. And as with all IMM Expert Series videos, we have a graphic here, a portrayal of how the policy is used. So we have our domain profile on the left, and it directly accesses the NTP policy. You attach it to the domain profile, so there's no nesting of policies here. Okay, for our demonstration, we are here in Intersight, and we are at Infrastructure Service, Policies, create a policy. We're going to filter down to our domain policies, then select NTP, click Start. We're going to provide a meaningful name. Click Next. You can see that enabled NTP is set by default. It is also set for all platforms, and that is fine to keep that there. There's really no good reason to delineate between standalone and UCS domain. You can keep it at all platforms. We're going to provide our NTP server either FQDN or IP address. Notice you have a plus sign here, so you can add another NTP server. We're going to select our time zone, and then click Create. Just a comment here, the way Intersight works in the communications, you're setting an NTP policy for your domain profile, for your fabric. But then when you go and create server policies for your server profiles, that will also have an NTP policy. Now you can use the same NTP policy, okay, for the fabric side and for the server side. And the reason that it's in two places is because they have separate connections back to Intersight from an architectural standpoint. So just keep that in mind. That concludes our video about NTP policies in our domain profile policies. Hope you were able to learn something. Stay tuned for more Intersight Managed Mode Expert Series videos. And thank you.